Nothing is better than spending a long, wonderful day in the sunshine and just taking a nice nap. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, it's so cold. Oh. Oh, I wish there was a way to warm up. Oh, I think I have a bunch of spicy ramen. Maybe that'll work. Let's give it a try. So we are starting with the original, the samyang buldak 볶음면. 볶음 means like to mix, myeon is noodles, so this is sort of like a mixed noodles or stir-fry noodles. And then the buldak means literally fire chicken or spicy chicken, and it lets us know, oh, it's very hot and spicy. As you can see here, there is no broth with this type of ramen. And the way that we deal with that is with these 3 triangles. So after the hot water has had time to rehydrate the noodles, we poke out these holes, drain the water, and then mix it with the paste that's in here to enjoy. Okay, so here we have the original, the classic. Let's rip this top off so you can get to see, or get a look-see here. There's some sesame seeds and pieces of, what's it called? Seaweed that are in here as well. And I'm not sure how bright you can tell. This is sort of a, I guess this hot Cheetos kind of orange red color going on here. It has been a long time since I've had this, so let's give this a try. All right. I love how the noodles, what are they, the same color as my green screen? Is that how yellow they are? So there is some heat there for sure. It's a good time, you know. I dig it. I don't know if I would say it's the spiciest thing I've had, but definitely one of the spicier ramens that I've had for sure. Tasty though. I think I had this before, but I put like tofu with it and like bok choy. Yeah, it's good stuff. Not bad. And I guess for warming factor, I think this is something to eat on a nice cold winter. I think it would be a good time for sure. If I recall correctly, the cheese flavor was the next flavor that they made. And on both the original and the cheese flavor, we noticed that right here, they're actually missing a spiciness rating that we're gonna see on the other ones. Again, we're gonna get that top, those 3 holes to poke out. And we can see here the cheese is on top of the noodles. Obviously, that's not how this is gonna turn out. But that is something that people enjoy here in Korea. If you have your ramen, maybe you can get it at like a 7-Eleven or something. They do sell cheese that you can add to the top of the ramen. So that is something people do like, and I think that was the inspiration behind this. Next up, we have our regular cheese flavor. This one, again, is unrated in terms of the spiciness. If we check out the color, yeah, I guess it's pretty similar, not as red. So with this one, there is a separate cheese packet that you add to it, like a powdered cheese packet. You know, something like a mac and cheese. Also, one of the dangers here, we got a hair. One of my hairs. Oops. Oh well, can't re-record it. Let's go for it. Look at this color. What is wrong with this color that it's like matching my green screen? It's not green. I promise you it's not green. I think it just tastes nice. I was thinking while I was eating this, maybe I should just re-record it with the green screen off or something. But you know what? I think that adds to the dorky charm, right? Same with Krampus, tearing up this box again. Krampus. Anyway, you know, the heat's there. It's kind of picking it up on the back. Let's try another piece. I'm trying to mix it up a little bit better to get more spiciness to it. Let's see if that worked. My cats are fighting. I don't know. I don't know if this would necessarily be spicier than the other one. I will say that as you eat it, it definitely layers up. It builds for sure. So it's not something where you eat it, it's a little spicy, and then that kind of goes away. We're getting a little bit of the tingling on the lips, and actually you can see it. You can actually see that it got stuck to my lip gloss. So that's free. It's a free feature, right? We get this like beautiful orange color. This one does come with a fire level or a spicy level. This is level 2. I think the total could be at a 5, but I'm not 100% sure. I've never seen anything higher than a 3. This is also a cheese, but it's going to be a 4 cheese. Which 4 cheeses, you might ask? Well, it tells us here we're going to have mozzarella, cheddar, camembert, and then Gouda. It looks like we don't actually dump out the water here, and this one, unlike the other 2, actually does instruct us to make it in the microwave, so we'll give it a go. Our next level 2 spicy is rosé. It's going to be sort of one of 2, at least 2 that I've seen, Italian inspired ones. This one also does recommend that we make it in the microwave. I'm not sure if we can make it with milk. I'm sure we can, but I'm not sure that would be the best idea since it looks like we do have to dump out the water. The other one we can make with milk, and I'll tell you a bit more about that later. Next up, we have the ones that do have the rating. The rating is number 2, so we'll give that a try. I wasn't sure which one to go for first, whether it was the 4 cheese after eating cheese. It just seemed redundant, so let's go ahead and try the rosé flavor. Now this one, I did leave a little extra water in the bottom. There was a big powder packet, and I just thought, that doesn't, let's mix it up a little bit better. I will say the noodles are shaped differently, which I don't know how well you can tell with that green screen action, but they're a bit thicker. They're a bit wavier, I would say. So let's give it a try. As the cat's Krampus. Thank you. All right. It's very tasty. I would say that maybe there's a milder spice compared to the other ones. Not significantly milder. I don't know. Maybe these, I'm just trying to think, where would these first 2 rate compared to this? For flavor, I would say this one's probably the best one so far. I will also say that as the heat is building up, the flavor itself is not as big of a deal because it's just getting a bit, to that point where the spice itself is becoming the flavor. So we'll see where we go from here. All right, we have the 4 cheese next. I will say that even though we're pausing between these videos, we aren't stopping. So I'm just kind of pausing, getting the next one ready to go, and then coming back. So I would say between each clip of the video, maybe 30 seconds has elapsed. So it's not as if I'm waiting between for the spice to go down. So we'll see how this turns out. Now I will say I don't understand why there's a witch, like the chicken is a witch here, but I like it. This one didn't ask you to dump out the water, so I don't know. Let's give it a try. I think there might be too much. I tried dumping out some of it. I just thought there might be too much water. I don't know. It might be that there's too much water, but just as a flavor, it's like you could tell that it doesn't taste the exact same as the other one, but it's, I don't know, it's not. It's almost got a plastic flavor to it. What I'm doing now is I'm trying to mix one of these guys with the original cheese. Let's see how this works together. Okay. I don't know. I feel like at this point I'm just being overwhelmed with noodles. That's kind of how I feel. It's just noodles and some type of flavor. And there's the spiciness at this point is more feeling it as opposed to tasting anything. Yeah, I don't know. I thought this would be more exciting. Hopefully the step 3, so these guys should be ready to go. Hopefully those will kick it up and make it very funny and, you know, have a hard time and coughing and choking and all of that good stuff. I tell you about it later, I mean tell you about it right now. This is one that I have tried, but it was mixed with a lot of other stuff. The people that ate it did not put in the entire spicy packet. So I would like to try this by itself, not made with milk, made with water instead. And actually it does appear that we also need to dump out the water here. So I'm not sure how you would necessarily do that if you're trying to make it with milk. Let's say that you're at the 7-Eleven, for example, at a convenience store trying to do that. So in this case, it is sort of a carbonara flavor or carobo flavor. And again, it's one of those Italian inspired ones. Last on our list, also clocking in at a level 3, we have the jjajang. Jjajang is going to be a Korean Chinese food that is made with noodles and a fried black bean sauce. Usually you add in other things such as onions, peas, and pork. So it would lend itself pretty well to being spicy. I think it would be pretty nice. Sometimes you can find Chinese food restaurants in Korea that do make it with a lot of extra peppers, sort of similar to how we see this serving suggestion here. Haven't had it with an egg. I do not have an egg. I think it would be pretty good with an egg, but alas, that is not our destiny today. All right, before we start the level 3, I know, we'll get to it. I will say that with this first one, you get like a sauce packet, and then there's some sort of a topping, we talked about the sesame seeds and the seaweed that are in here. But with all these other ones, you get that same spicy packet and then some kind of flavor packet. So you get the sort of tomato and cream kind of flavor here. You get the cheese powder one for this. But the sauce for the spiciness, the spicy sauce packet is going to be the same size. That being said, if you are interested in trying this, but you feel like perhaps it might be too spicy for you, that's how I've seen some of my students eat it, where they'll add the flavor packet, so for example, the cheese packet, and then they'll just add a little bit of the spice to taste. So that's something you can do. The reason I bring that up is because with these level 3 ones, the spice packet was a lot smaller. I didn't say a lot smaller, but noticeably smaller, and a lot more liquidy, not as much of a paste. And when it came out, it was like that black-red capsaicin color. So I am rather excited about this. And so we'll get to it. You can hopefully see the color is a lot more pronounced. It's a lot deeper of a red. If we can get any other colors in there before it turns to the green screen somehow. It looks really good. It looks like it's going to taste good. It's very thick. Again, I wish you could just kind of see this a little better. It's quite saucy. So I'm excited. Let's do it. And then we'll see now where we can place number 1 and 2 in terms of that spicy level. Let's try to get a nice saucy part. All right, let's just do a big old bite. It tastes really good. Very flavorful. As for the heat, I can feel it sort of building up on the back of my tongue, but it was not there right when I bit into it. I thought, this is a dud. This is not going to work out. But I could tell it wants to be there. I'm sure for those of you that really like spicy food, you know there's some types of spicy like peppers or sauces that you'll eat, and then sometimes it's right there. It gets right in your nose and it just hits you immediately. But other ones kind of hit the back of your throat and build very slowly. But as I'm talking, that slow build disappeared. So I'm not 100% sure where it's gonna go. We'll give it another bite. Now I will say, anytime you guys have seen me eat anything that's remotely hot in temperature or spice, my nose just starts going. So we'll get that. All right, let's try another bite just to see. All right. I mean, maybe if you're Italian, you would think this is spicy. That's all I can think of. This isn't something that I would say, oh my god, that's so spicy. I honestly, compared to the original, I would say the original would be a 4. And then the 2 I would actually place as spicier than this, surprisingly. All right. Well, I don't know. It's good. You can see I'm trying to take really, really big bites to make it, you know, give it as much of an opportunity to be spicy as possible. But it's just not happening. So for the last one, this one definitely does show up on the green screen because it is a green container. So we won't even mess with that. This is going to be the black bean noodles, the jajang. This is the one I'm most excited for because I think that the jajang would be a really good mix. So again, we're going to get, I don't know how well you can tell. I don't know how well I can tell. When I was pouring out the spicy packet, it definitely was that red-black kind of color. But the black bean noodle sauce is called black bean noodles because it's black beans. So this is not a different color than what you would expect. All right, let's give it a go. It's very temperature hot. I'm not I'm not very good with the temperature hot stuff. I thought it would have cooled down a bit by now because I was eating the other one, which wasn't as temperature hot. As for the taste of the jajang, I mean, how would you describe this flavor? It's almost like a deep, you might confuse it almost for a soy sauce flavor, not as salty. And you can definitely taste onion and pork when you eat it normally. For this one, I'm not sure what I'm tasting. If I didn't know what this was and I didn't see any of it, I don't know if I would guess this is supposed to be jajang. It doesn't taste like anything. I'm actually really disappointed. I'm really disappointed because this brand has gotten so big. I had this brand first as just the original one when that's all they had. It had just come out. And, you know, yeah, it's pretty spicy. It's spicier than anything else I've ever had in terms of ramen. But with the other flavors, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I would do or where I would rank it. This one, I just... Maybe we should give it a second. Maybe there's just too much going on. Drink some water. Do I have water? I'm not sure. I am a monster. That doesn't taste good. No, it doesn't. But it doesn't taste terrible. I mean, with some of the stuff that I've eaten on my channel, you know. Which, by the way, I'm always called back to the spider. Maybe I'll put a link to that in the details section below. That spider, man, that was good. You know, I was not afraid to eat it because I thought, all right, people eat it. It can't taste terrible. It has to taste at least somewhat okay. But I never thought it would be one of the top 5 things I've ever eaten. It tastes like fried crab. Super, super good. And our biggest regret was the fact that we only had bought one to try. And then we thought, okay, the next time we're at a rest stop, because we were on this bus ride, the next time we're at a rest stop, we'll just buy a bunch of them. And we never got that chance, ever again. It was really disappointing. We had the chance to buy other stuff that we had enjoyed before. We had the chance to buy more grasshopper. We bought more, what's it called? This really good rice that is cooked in inside a bamboo tube, but also has black beans and coconut oil with it. Delicious. So we had more opportunities to buy those, but not the spider. And so we deeply, deeply regret it. If you guys ever make your way out to a place that does cook tarantula, just trust me and just eat it. Okay, as long as you're not allergic to shellfish. If you like to eat crab, if you hate crab, then yeah, avoid it. But if you like crab, just buy a big bunch of them. You're not gonna regret it, I promise you. So we'll see here if any of these flavors. You know, I mean, you can see me wiping my nose, but quite frankly, this, I don't know. I was expecting it to be a lot spicier. I really was. Especially since it's supposed to be level 3, and I thought the second level was there. You can feel heat in the back of your, like, around, like, the back of my teeth area, which is, you know, that's good. I mean, after all, that's what this whole gimmick was supposed to be, you know, eating this spicy ramen to warm you up. Yeah, absolutely. I would really, really recommend trying this if you're especially really cold. Maybe take a cup of it if you're going to go skiing, and then, yeah, have some of that at the ski lodge with some hot water. Yeah, that's a great choice. But in terms of it's going to blow me away, spicy, yeah, no. Oh, what's this? I think this is, I know, maybe it's just a weird noodle. I'm not sure if it's a weird noodle or if it's supposed to be pork. Yeah, it's a weird noodle. There are little pieces that are supposed to be pork. They're so small. They're kind of hard to get on the, yeah, it's almost impossible to see. Let's give it a try again. What we're really looking for right now is just the flavor. Did I miss the flavor because I've just got, my tongue is a bit spicy, or does it really not taste like it? I mean, there's a little more of that pork, you know, salty, porky kind of sauce to it, but no, again, I never would guess that this is supposed to be jjajangmyeon. I never would have guessed that. So now, of course, we've got a bunch of noodles left over, and the smart thing to do would be to mix them all together. Dude. Let's see, how can we mix them all together in a way that's not going to ruin them? Let me grab a bowl. I'll be right back. All right, we got a nice black bowl, so hopefully it shows up really well. And I decided to grab this Yellowbird sauce. Oh, of course you can't see it because it's all green. But it's something I bought on iHerb. No, I don't get any benefit and stuff. I guess unless I put a link. I guess I could put a link, and I don't know. I don't know what that does. It might give me a discount. It might give you a discount. I don't know. Anyway, that's my disclosure. I don't have any affiliate links. So this one I thought would taste a little bit more like a salsa verde, like a green mild sauce, and it's not. So I would say this is a million times hotter than anything this wanted to be. So let's go ahead and try them mixed up, and then we're gonna go ahead and, come on you, I think it's starting to stick together a little bit. All right, cool. There's one. Then our cheesy friend. 2. Yes, no, I want a good cheesiness in there. I mean, we want to, you know, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right. You know what I mean? That's what I try to do. I don't want to make you guys feel like we're skimping out on anything. That's why I like to take these big, ridiculous bites. Oh, like that time that I did the protein bar, expired protein bars one. You know, there was no hesitation, because, I mean, who likes that hesitation, right? No hesitation, no, you know, wimpy little bites. It was, let's just do this. Let's go for it. Here's the 4 cheese with all of this liquid. I really think that I maybe put too much liquid. But that's no excuse for you to taste like plastic, you hear me? That's no excuse for you. You gotta tell the ramen who's boss. Our rosé, I would say out of all the flavors, not the rosé, the carbo, I would say the carbonara one, probably the best flavor. So if you guys are interested in trying some of these, because, you know, they're pretty popular, I would say, even internationally. But you're not really sure what flavor to get. Carbonara, 100%. That one tasted the best. And again, if you're not super tolerant of spiciness, you can just add a little bit and season to taste in terms of that spicy packet. Cool. So this looks kind of pretty. Look at that. Gorgeous. Only some of it is green, apparently, according to OBS Studio. Let's mix it up real nice. So we're going to try it just to see what the hell it tastes like. And then we're going to add a bunch of hot sauce to it and then see if we can make me suffer. That's half the point. That's why you guys watch this, right? I don't think they're, you know, you watch these videos because you want to see the person suffer a little bit. And I mean, there was no suffering. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, looks pretty mixed. You know what, I'm gonna say that's probably the best flavor out of anything. All right, let's do it. Let's get that yellow bird. So normally if I'm gonna add it to something, I just do like that much. So we're gonna do that much. A nice green blob there. Oh, this is gonna be painful. Oh yes, let's do this. That's the exciting part. The pain is, whoo, you can smell it. Oh, it smells so good. All right. My stomach's starting to turn a little bit, so exciting. Let's do this. Did I break something? Did I break my spicy receptors? I mean, yeah, it's there. I would say it's just more of a heat building up in my cheeks, on the inside of my cheeks, more than it's saying, oh my god, this is so spicy. It's just more of a heat buildup. We're getting there though. I think if we have another bite, and if we're just gonna be ridiculous and just add more, yes. Because again, I know you have come here for the pain. And I always bring it up, you know, this is why I did the Marine Corps instead of something smart, because I like to just pointlessly push myself in the dumbest possible ways. Yeah, that's starting to get pretty spicy anyway. So we've added a little bit more. My mouth is starting to water. Oh yeah, let's do this. Come on, stupid, let's do it. Really all I taste is the sauce. That hot sauce. I will say, this is a good hot sauce. This is good. It's got, you know, the right amount of heat. It's not too vinegary. It's really good if you want to have something sort of, if you're going to make something with lime. Yeah, we're getting there. And I'm starting to feel it kind of on my forehead. Are we doing it? Are we getting there? Are we getting there, you guys? I'm feeling it. Whew, getting a little warm. Let's do it. Let's do more. Let's do this. Okay. This is what I wanted. This is what I bought all these thinking, oh yes, we're going to have all these spicy bastards here. And then it's going to be funny that, you know, I'm going to be eating this back to back and it'll be hilarious. And then it just wasn't. But now I think we're getting to that. I mean, it's really good. It's really delicious. Delicious sauce. I don't know why I put it in the fridge. I think, it says refrigerator recommended but not required. So these noodles are really cold now. Getting that. That heat Getting a little bit of the, like the eyes wanting to water a bit. Whew. Lost a little one of those noodles there. Sorry, guys. So one of the reasons that people really like that spiciness is that you get this feel-good rush of chemicals in your brain. And so for you, if you are watching, do you like spicy stuff? And if yes, do you also like scary movies and roller coasters? Usually there's some overlap with that. I don't know if we're going to be able to get any spicier, but let's try. I mean, if I could just start sweating. I can't remember the last time I sweat from something spicy. I would just love to start sweating. I don't know. But that's what I said the first time. So we'll see. But yeah, I think it's probably the last bite that I'm going to have. Getting a bit, I don't know, overwhelmed by the amount of noodles here. So yeah, I guess that's my review. If you want something spicy, just buy something you like already and then add something spicy to it. I would not rely on these if you're the type of person that really likes spicy food. If you're the type of person that can't really do spicy too much, then I think this would be, yeah, probably an appropriate level of spice for you. And again, you can adjust that. All right. Well, that being said, feel free to share your best and worst spiciness times. I think the worst one was just when I don't remember what it was. I think it was my cousin and I were trying to do some spicy competition, and I vomited a little bit, and that burned a lot. So that's always exciting. But anyway, guys, that being said, I hope this was enjoyable, and yeah, thanks for joining me, as always. All right, see you guys later.